Alright guys, the first thing we're going to have to do, if the water is continuously running, but in my case it's not running, so it was just a slow drip, what we're going to need is we're going to need an Allen key, and this one is a 7/64. Okay, so to get the Allen screw out of here. Also, you're just going to need a regular screwdriver, Phillips, and a pair of vice grips if you don't have the core puller, or what they call the cartridge. You have the cartridge puller, and this is going to be a Moen. And most bathtubs don't have a shut-off valve, except back behind the on and off hot and cold plate, which is back here. But some of them don't, so you might have to go, and if the older ones, you might have to go and turn off your the main water line. If you live in an apartment, then you're probably going to have to get the maintenance man just to change it out. If you live in a house, you're going to have to go outside and find where that shut-off valve is at. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this off now. Also, when you put this in, a lot of times there's a buildup of lime up in here. A buildup of lime in the hole where we're going to go into to get the Allen screw out. You have to give it a good snug fit, or else you're going to start to strip it out because it's filled up with the calcium and lime and stuff build up in there. So get it in there good, and we're going to twist it. And I'm going to get the screw, Allen screw the rest of the way out and remove this handle. Okay, there we go. And then we take the handle off. Also remove the little Allen screw, and the Allen is the handle's removed. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the screw out of here. And what I like to do is I like to keep all these plastic parts together so I can just slide them right back over, so you don't have to mess with it for the on and off, hot and cold. If you do end up messing up, you just got to kind of play with it to get it back, but I like to keep it together like that with the screw intact, just like that, and then set it upright and leave it just like that. So you would just leave it just like that, upright, leave it like that. Go ahead and pull this sleeve out. Okay. And then we're just going to unscrew these screws here. Okay, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and remove these two screws here. Alright, we got both the screws pulled out. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the cover. Okay, you guys, I'm just going to turn on the water. And I need to shut it off. Shut the water off at the valve, like this. Make sure you keep the pin in there until you get it turned off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and remove the cartridge. There is a pin in here, so we're going to slide the pin out. If you can see this pin here, let's go ahead and pop the pin out. That holds the cartridge in, or sometimes called the core. And let's get this pin out of here, and you can see here's the pin. We'll slide the pin out of here. Okay, you guys, if you don't have a core remover or a cartridge remover like I do, this one here, this is specifically for Moen, but you can any other cartridge or core you can always just pull out with a pair of vice grips. If you have a pair of vice grips, you're going to take your vice grips and you're going to slowly wiggle out the core, being very careful. Once you have your clip out, and you're going to wiggle out your core. Okay? Alright guys, so once you get the cartridge pulled out with your vice grips and you have these turned off, once you get it and you just give it a good couple of wiggles, you can get it out fairly easy. Sometimes they're really stuck in there though, you just got to be real careful. I prefer using a short vice grip and just holding this back like so, and then wiggling to get it out. Like Moen has the core puller and that makes it simple, easy, but most people aren't going to have that. So I just showed you with the vice grips, but this core puller, easy. You just twist it and it just slides out. Okay? But I just wanted to show how most people are going to need a pair of vice grips. Or you can use a pair of channel locks. We're going to replace it with the new one. Hot side, cold side, and we're going to slide it in just like that. We're set in there, and now we're going to just go ahead and put our little cotter pin back in there. Go ahead and do everything in reverse. We're going to go ahead and put the sleeve back on and slide it across there like that. Put the cover back on, and it just slides right back over just like that. Screws back in. And we'll go ahead and put our cap back on, and you want to make sure that your cap is on the right way so that when you might have to mess with it, so that make sure that it's in the off position, and then it goes to the cold, the hot. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put this back. Go ahead and put this little Allen key or this Allen screw back in. Got to turn the water back on. Place it in here. Alright, and give it a little snug turn. And there we go. Handle screwed on. We got cold water there. It's cold. Full blast there, and also hot. Let's go ahead and turn on the shower. And shower is working. Alright you guys, until next time, thanks for watching, subscribe, and like my video.